areme your Anas on share mask me be yina chire Ghana for some months no oninie. Anas no.
The paper is with the Ahmed. Yes, you know what to discuss.
Lawyers, you can even have the whole million lawyers in Ghana. Me no be con boot for boot until this well. Me no ba could be free mo. It's a sworn enemy and a path we are not going to stop.
You're welcome to GH Hot.
Additional makwaba eba GH Hot News so na social media ne so aye hottest na just say some kosubi ena mesi hu matanse amede eba besomo na yenyina yenim Anas areme yaw ena afi so ye papa honorable Kennedy Agyapong sensama ebeto dwa te se court sensama akwakucha se eye Anas areme yaw ene ne nkrofo te se omawini a te se say no sikapudu be se $18 million na te se omu jubilate upon no na se ensensama hodo obia aka ne de na we ena Kwaku Annan a obia nim se Kwaku Annan de ka Kwaku Annan a na we se hu se oka eye honorable Kennedy Agyapong nkrofo ho na busua ensamo a eye Kwaku Annan ate so ye journalist no de abetu dwa no eche ekuri na webubu ensemu ahodo abibi ensemu asisi am no kasa de o de video bi ababetu social media so a anase o de abetu enfamema eche say Anas areme yaw ono na ugina ho no mu ya chese max bia enhye no tutu ono no de na chese nipa kra wo show video nim no eye Anas areme yaw na wo kyeremu a Anas areme yaw setting up ewo emre bi atwa mu be 2015 mu na nsam no de edoso yenkoni kotie fi eye the horse's own mouth na chese yempensem mu ebusia utie nsem ni wi a comment section no eye wo dia na wo de comment ego no message so won subscribe ya no subscribe no share enso ede amami yentie ne nsem no embracesia
Anas areme your Anas on share mask me be yina chire Ghana for some months no oninie. Anas no o share mask no anu mi nim no. But my main can say the share mask no say your no so ena de mi be yi on share mask na ye ono a then ye bisa so omrefi ha but so nim say enye ono a de mekan say he should shut up wherever he is peni ka say mi say he say ukotu benu so omo kontokwa emi so om say ba ne say o bisa om say na no na ba ne say eno ena be ma wasem wetimi hu asem ni mu yie I Kwaku amete I have been a victim of how Anas areme your Anas eye na edwuma. Somewhere in 2015 I wasn't on TV, I was on radio. Me wo ho. Then a group of chiefs coming from East Dadekotopon. Munim East Dadekotopon. Womo ba me office. Na me wo radio so be ka kire me say they want an investigation and this is not the first investigative program I'm running. If you care to know. Womo ba ye omo se me running an investigation on so me say but this is a journalist I know, a friend because me ni ya ye dwuma pen. Anas areme Anas. Womo say yes. Na me say Assemble ya womo see he is encroaching on their lands. With the whole of East Dadekotopon, Honomini Ade. So, are you guys sure? Anas, Anas, no, he's not closer to any stuff like that. Yeah, argument in your then at a point. What happened is saying, I have to go on the ground. So, I needed to go on the ground. But before I go on the ground, then I place a call to this Anas without mask. Only then to place a call to him, say, Anas, yes, sir, what you James are CBO, a year, Chado, and then I say for, is this true? Or say, bro, it's not true. And that he's going to buy a land. And a land will be person or jail assassin free in him. And at the end, okay, can say me, Nanam, so no, come forward, me in Komo. Or so no, many times I'm about forward because why busy financing them, so no problem. Then I have to go on the ground to check, collaborate what I was told to that of what is being put out there. Only to go and realize it, as someone I him for no more is that they go to Ponde by no necessarily the Nkumenkuma. What? Avalanche of complaints, accusations, allegations, including say people I spoke to, some were politicians, some were businessmen, including the Roman Catholic Church, the big church in Chado. Roman Asofwe. Any friends and sister Teresa, when we never complain, say, Anas, Anas is encroaching on their lands. How? And if some of you care to know, there were ministers including a minister like the former minister for friends and local government, Martin J. Kosa. Anas, Anas, Ofri Bimbila, Northern Region. So the question is, Oya den e was 7 cranfo asasi. Sir, is that the Koton Ponsasi a young cranfo dia? At a point, there were 2 families fighting on the land. One called Tevi Attach Nachefo. Woman a kofa Anas, I remember Anas, by so ombe boom, no more fighting because of Anas, has built the clouds and his image and blah 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 into ombe boom. Only then Anas came, Anas abe entrenching and realized that no. And Krofonu need the capacity to match. So he knowing the in and outs of the system, let's so take advantage over the situation. This is how Anas got himself in the lands in Chado, where John Mahama lives now. Anas was accused of dropping land gas all over the place. Now, the trust that was formed by Peter Lajeteno eventually went into another transition. Na yen komu na said the urban huma me asam no bro me, so I was so overwhelmed. And I'm saying, what is going on? Every move to bring Anas closer for us to understand what is going on. Or say memma. So we realized that no, what we need to do is that we have to do a documentary about this. Eventually we have to say, is this the guy who claims to be the self-righteous, the gatekeeper? Yeah then. Oshes and Crawford. Now, on radio, then I had made an announcement, said this is what is going on, and we need to put this documentary out for Ghanaians to know. Because Anas, and we think that he's not the person he claims to be. Ghanaians, guess what? This was in 2015. Once we were plotting to do this documentary, Anas was preparing to release his number 12 documentary of Kwesi Nyantakyi. Now, when Oscartio who said no, at that time I'd come to interview him about the issues going on in Chado. Quickly, no, yes and no. He has to discredit this journalist Kwaku Annan first before anything comes out. How he managed to sense, he said, no, I was plotting to do a documentary to expose him. I don't know. I was there just one particular time. Making them say, I kept say 2 weeks for him to drop the number 12. So the atmosphere was charged. Then a gentleman by name called Kwaku, whose name surfaced in the last conversation between Ahmed and then Vince Amache, that boy Kwaku, another useless idiot. Osumano, and I didn't know who this guy was. This boy calls me and says, Opeso ni mi dim komo in terms of intimate Opeso share me. Them ni ko share wa fikiko. Ye ko share branch say, me wafa eka number 12 na airbano, and that ne wafa any Kwesi Nyantakyi. Akoye business of $1 million say sikano aye bi me ne wo fe na adwane akɔhye bunu ho baby because of the expose. Nam see really na womati say mimi be documentary be about this same Anas or no say cleaning system. Nam so that's true, but we are in the preparational stage because what we have is so much. Or say then me wo say they want to come and sponsor that documentary. Nam so really no big deal. Yeah, they see ye adwuma. Then we departed. Now Obaya no, he just put on the table a checkered bag. No, this is no. I thought that was a bag. The next day, and on some frames, so ne wafa onina kobon command and wafa Agyapong to me say they are ready to come on board and feed on that documentary. About the second time, Odru one or the same checkered bag, or this also, and or the envelope to us. Ne wafa so unfair mommy. Now we. And the commitment he said they want to sponsor them. So, oh, really? How kind your offer bit me? Now the envelope now bring me scared them to me yaman and ko. Me to me baby, what be frame? Oh, by ya, what is the come me say minje? Now what I say? And the commitment just on baby boy MI documentary. No problem. Then that meeting also ended. Then the second time you say she biom. No say, ne what I say, only some say that ben check. The Benny person a document I'm saying you, ora. And anything I will frame here buy. Please tell what fans on to no boise. And also, ye be kono so o yi envelope a free bag no so me what say me fema. I'm so catch over say me then I say. Nemum your next meeting there, but that and me the total cost of our documentary because we need to speak to the television station. Me need time I make Independence Square ne say na akoye that's they be or no, I'm not interested in that. Yeah, the Bema TV stations need to telecast. The third one, then we've gone to check with some TV stations knowing how much this documentary was going to cost, including the footages on the ground near the best documentary. So the third one, we met at hotel my friends and Kempinski's and Hifa. And then I wrote everything on paper. Na me de ma branty. Right there now, you better Danny ye ho akono so. Miss Annan, me what for say me fema. In this year, yenya figure ne me catch, and then our next meeting I'll bring our sponsorship to this documentary. Now listen to me well. So when nima sembia shasia. Na so be John Abeke Kasabin some four no I am measured because I will bear me I will slap you to death. We are talking about life and death matter here. Do you know how many people Anas, Aremi Anas, this are bonny way or did do one? This stupid entrapment, this stupid, foolish entrapment business. Ghanaian authorities could allow Anas to go scot-free with all of this. You can understand how passionate I have been when it comes to this little twitch. Now, me channel anywhere. Obi sending message by said, Anas, Kwaku, go and teach Anas. A friend said, Kwaku Annan a lesson. Where me doing me anywhere Anas will go is what I'm looking. Me upa, famiko US what all the Kwaku Annan wabroso. You can take Canada, Japan to anywhere in the world. For me, anywhere the maybe corner, my Canada, Japan maybe I will pay corner. Because me yes came out. But anywhere Anas is prepared to walk with me down the aisle. Swear to God, I'm too much ready. Asuma mika tremui. Ni na ko Korea say. Abrante ni jam wa oko ya pe. Then how many days? It could be about 4 to 5 days. Then a colleague of mine who was a journalist and I don't know say out of we free edumanim called me and said, Kwaku, you've met some guys. Uno make kodin komo. Charlie, that was a bad move. And I'm say how? Henry. No, say yes. Or say, you know what? Those guys now question Eii Anas nipa almost man so mrame and trapel. And I'm say but do you know the discussion it's about the documentary I'm about to do. And also no. Before do about public court of public opinion, they put the snippets of this into the airwaves. They charge the atmosphere to the extent that one can say what is that one some near day banwa no soon no crying na they need Anas very evil and very wicked. This is what they did to Kwesi Yantechi. Abrante ni me can same way about 1 hour na me who me first video pam at the public domain telling a story which is completely different from what we had in Afrikiko. Until and almost then about the afternoon time no almost then a drop another video bam and also ebedaho. Hey, and when you check all these videos here, none of the issues about discussing them corresponds with what is in the video. And the video, they've put a narrative behind the video. A narrative that is not my word is about them. Or no walk in them. Now me share video and I'm say, hey, ain't there someone here can are we serious? This is how Aremia we with Juma. Now bonne man my me documentary. So if said the way no and yan cry, I don't know forward. But you know something, he needed to do that quickly to discredit Kwaku Annan of what he's about to do so that he can save his image. And from that day, I'm saying, hey. And once who Anas took Kwaku Annan to media commissions, a media commission for MMA investigating me because I'm disgracing him. And that he has come to give me a bribe. Now listen and cross the dot and the T and make a sense of it. Say, somebody who has said openly coming to do his documentary, and you go and give him money. Then after that, you go and make a narrative that you've come to give him bribe. A bribe to stop exposing you or a bribe to do what? And from that day, you, all this your business, you are making it look as though you are fighting corruption. I will expose you until the world will end. Hey, me Kwaku. But you know what? A lot of people are now taking this thing to them. Many of them, he succeeded and destroyed them. But me, you can't. I'm also a journalist. So let's face it squarely. Okay? Let's face it squarely. Now who be kick and say me be attack Anas for what? Ghana have be sure me dunya me areme yaw. We no lawyers. You can even have the whole million lawyers in Ghana. Me, I'm not scared. Me no be con boot for boot until this world me no ba could be free mo. It's a sworn enemy and a path we are not going to stop crossing. You think you are the most wicked boy? I am wicked than you are. And journalism, we all went to school. I said, journalism is not done the way you want to do it. Coming to show you the face of the Anas, Anas, whose face is not covered. There's another Anas be there on the face I covered, only minimum. But this is the Anas I know, whose face is not covered. Maybe you haven't seen that face before. Tonight, maybe you actually. Yes. Folks, Take a listen. Look at this face. The Anas without the cover face. Look at him and check what he's doing in the room with those people. Take a listen.
Yeah. The paper is with the Ahmed.
Yes, you know what to discuss at the end. We talk a bit of politics.
No problem. That's my lovely passion. I like it.
So, again, we start with a normal conversation. We do business, are very interested in business. And you ask them personally, what can you do to help them?
I'll ask both of them what's your power and what's your relation to the projects and how you can confirm for us when you can handle the papers which we have planned.
So it's a girl.
I understood, but you misunderstood me. I don't know what you said. I get it.
Is everything okay?
Yes, everything okay. It's 4 seats over there. You're 5.
It's a
5 seats over there.
5 seats.
Yes.
5 seats is enough.
The girl.
Great. So, with the image, yeah. This is the Anas I know without the cover face. Onini. So, if there's any Anas there with a cover face, then I don't know you. But if you are the same person, Wunia and Abramian Nkomo, you are prepared, Papa. Somebody is asking me one of the stupid questions I don't want to. I have 18. I have your mother. Meaning 80 million. I have your mother. Okay? Don't come and speak rubbish. Oh. Nim assembly moi. Don't just get out. This is the Anas without a face cover. Onu ni enim no. Hweniama na oye no. If he's the same person, we are telling him say omra me emisa nasem. But say no wherever he is, I tell him remain silent and shut up. You and your surrogate remain silent and shut up. Me my ready twen. Me be yimfo ni bi akyeremo. Na de me be ya kyere wi ubehu say afi abranti e fe na Ahmed Swali or video num. That's why I'm telling Ghana police he say nobody needed to send Ahmed Swali picture to anybody. We have dozens of videos. Because me give videos, I mean that maybe dozens of videos. Ahmed Swali's image is in those videos. Woman in Crawford share them. All these videos are me. These are all their own videos or unedited videos. Mumi San said, how did this video came out? Is he the one? If he's the one, then we'll know another time. Ahmed Swali was in the meeting. Womo ye rehearsals. Womo we are no me pia victim na abeshim. We juma bomba basuma ni ye. Take a lesson. Watch this video. Namubehu Ahmed Swali in the video. Take a lesson.
You choose more than this guy, I don't have anyone than I did behind. A lot of people we hired and they are maybe long time with us, but always they make mistakes. I have to take care about these by myself. I have to travel here and here and here because our business is not in one country. If we don't follow like that, we'll lose.
You are preparing the after gas and after oil.
Yes.
I think this is very, very good for your government.
This is important for future. So what's the next project we talk about? We talk about the hotel.
We say about the hotel. No, I'm talking about that. Hotel and hotel. Do this and these are railway, highway.
Now, I'm going imagine that. The extreme right picture no is what Anas, Anas, put to a US was a ono picture no ni three eyes yabo sedeno. But now, below that picture is another guy sitting there. And that's not Anas. This is a gentleman by name Daniel Dazi. He's a Ghanaian working with the BBC. Now, what's your picture in me? Both the left one and then the lower one, both almost a par. And to move, Obi beka se me cover menim me say, and so how a debra mine ebinie. And I want the US court to understand them. Sadena shen and nimnoa. Watch your space was American court no any lawyers am be careful say enya ni real face no they met me akan no eno enya ni real face no there's a lot.
The shmama na say in some way ena eye Kwaku Annan edia atudwa nche say we no eye ade abon samentumi anye ne Yesu baya obeye an okuji aman Kwaku Annan wo so no de obe expose Anas na we no eye boot to boot eye part to part na ke say wade no say enye wono no wo video nim ne dia ene wo kana no ntum ba say eye wono dia ene omra no mon dialogue na ke say nsema ekosu bi eno no efa Anas ena afen so no Kwaku Annan ho sensem connected to eye Anas ena ye papa onabo Kennedy Agyapong sensem a ebetwa guye na abusia wadwenkyerɛ ne say fa wo de egu comment section ho no bi ema me make sure say na your first time and subscribe na wa share so e de ama me e de account me din e de okode no makra